We're talking about the guitar recording for the new CD, and we're going to talk about reamping. That's how we're doing it. So it's a little bit of an easier way to get your performances perfect before you have to go in the studio and crank up the amps and spend the money and all that kind of shit. Some of the gear we're using to record. This is my custom Black Machine B7 7-string guitar, made by Black Machine in London. And it's got bare knuckle pickups, also from the UK, bare knuckle nail bomb pickups in there. Some of the gear that we're using to record. This is the Michael Wagner Studio Tool. So that's the DI box and the reamp box, so you have to manage the signal levels going in and out of the computer. So this box does both ways for you. And so we plug the guitar into here and it splits off into a dry track and the amp track. And it's got lots of other features on there too, like we can manage the drag on the pickups or the resistance on the pickups, so you can get a really pure, clean, direct sound. So we've got that set there. There's a boost built in, so when you're running into your amp you can boost it, like for leads and stuff you can have a boost pedal built right in. There's a preamp built in, so our dry signal we can manage the level of the dry signal, which is really handy. Make sure you're getting optimal level and not much noise on that. And then this is the output side. When we record the real amps, we can split it out to a few different amps and control the levels and the load going to that signal side as well. So all the signal chain on the front here is re-put on the back as well, so all those jacks are both on the front and back. And this box can do both ways at the same time, so usually you have to have a couple boxes, you know, a DI box and a reamp box, but this guy does both with lots of flexibility, so pretty sweet. Pretty pricey, but you know, you want the best possible signal, this is the guy you want. There's lots of other options that are good as well that are less expensive, and I'll mention those on the website. So out of there we go into my converters, which are converting the signal into digital. So those are the Lavery black converters, really nice sounding guys. And then the digital signal goes into the sound card, that's the Fireface, captures everything. And this is the amp simulator, the preamp and effects, which is the Fractal Audio Axe Effects, which is another amazing unit. Sounds incredible, and tons of crazy effects and amazing sounding amps in there. So we can record silently but have a great tone that feels like a real amp and sounds like a real amp playing back, you know, as we're recording. So, and you can hear that in the clips that it sits in the mix really nice as well. So that's a great unit there. And that's about it. So how it works is you take the guitar and you split it into two tracks. A dry track, which is just DI, what comes out of the guitar, and that's what you'll use later to run back through the amps and crank up the amps and record them in the studio. And then the other track goes to your amp for monitoring, so you can hear, you know, the amp sound and have something to listen to while you're recording. So that could be a real amp, or we're using a amp simulator, a modeler, and we can record silently on the headphones while we're doing it. So that's the whole process. You get your takes perfect, you know, beforehand, and then you take the dry guitar track to the studio and run it back out through the amps, crank it up, mic it up, and record the real amps with the perfect takes, so you don't have to spend too much money on that.